Hi everyone, my name is Ryan and welcome to Math with RG. Today we're working on linear inequalities for Algebra 1, solving inequalities by multiplying or dividing. Okay, so again, my name is Ryan and I've been private tutoring math since 2008. I absolutely love working with my students and teaching them better study habits, test-taking strategies, and stuff like that. And so one of the things that I teach them is when they're writing information down, when you're learning something new, say it out loud when you're writing it down. It activates all your senses. Now, of course, if you're, working on a test or something, you don't want to speak out loud, but you can just speak in your mind. And it just activates all your senses. And then that way you can check your work more efficiently. All right. Let's dive in to the first example. So, we don't have the instructions here, but what they want us to do is they want us to solve the inequality and then graph it on a number line. So, first, I just want to do a quick recap of these symbols. So we have the less than symbol when you look at it left to right. Again, you're looking left to right, and we have the greater than symbol. Looking left to right, we have the less than or equal to symbol. And then again, looking left to right, we have the greater than or equal to symbol. All right, so the very first one says 5x is less than 15. So we ask ourselves, right, what's happening to the variable? It's being multiplied by 5, so we have to do the opposite, which would be divide by 5 on both sides. So we have x is less than 15 divided by 5, that is 3. Now if we place that on the number line, I always like to put the 0 and then whatever number we're dealing with. It's a positive 3, right? So we got to go on the right hand side. X is less than 3, so we go to the 3, but we put an open circle because we're not including the 3. Right? That's just our starting point. And then less than 3, so we're going to the left forever, right? So what that literally means is x can be any number as long as it's less than 3. All right, let's dive into the second example. We have 2y. Sorry, little mistake there. We all make mistakes, it's all good. We have 2/7 times y, and that's greater than 6. Okay, so again, we got to isolate the variable. What's happening? It's being multiplied by 2/7. So I'm going to divide by 2/7 on both sides. Cancels out. We have y is greater than. Now, when you're dealing with fractions, you have to do keep, change, flip. So if I'm dividing by a fraction or dividing with fractions involved, then I have to do keep, change, flip. So I'm going to keep the first one, change to multiplication, and then flip this so it says 7/2. Now, what I like to do is cross cancel so I can simplify it first, but you don't have to do that, right? Multiplying with fractions, you do top times top, bottom times bottom. So it'd be 6 times 7, and then 1 times 2, because technically there's a 1 here, right? 6/1 is still 6. 6 divided by 1, that's still 6. Okay, but I'm going to cross cancel, so I know that 6 can be divided by 2, right? 2 is going to go into both of them, so that'll become a 1. This will become a 3. So now we have 3 times 7, so y is greater than 21, right? And then we put it on our number line. Sorry, it's a little cramped here, but we've got a 0 here, we've got a 21 here, open circle, right, because we're not including it, and then greater than 21, so to the right. So it literally means that y could be any number as long as it's greater than 21. Okay, now the next couple are going to have a twist on them, so I want you to really focus up here. We've got -4 times w is less than or equal to 28. So again, what's happening to the variable? It's being multiplied by -4, so I have to divide by -4. 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 So But here comes the twist. Notice that I'm dividing by a negative. This would also happen if I were multiplying by a negative, this twist that's about to come up. Look at my original number there on the right hand side. It says positive 28. Well, when I divide by a negative, that number, not only is it going to get smaller because we're dividing by 4, but since it's negative 4, it's going to become a negative, meaning the sign is going to change. That means the symbol has to flip. So 28 divided by negative 4 is negative 7. So I'll say that again. If we're dividing by a negative, that means that the sign of the original number is going to change, which means the symbol, right, the less than or equal to, has to flip to greater than or equal to. So now we have our number line. We've got 0, we've got negative 7. Remember now, this is greater than or equal to, so it's a solid circle, and then greater than means to the right, and so there you have it. W is greater than or equal to negative 7, which literally means the answer could be negative 7 or any number that is greater than negative 7. Alright, last example, we have negative 3/5 r. Right, so negative 3/5 times r is greater than or equal to negative 12. So what's happening? It's being multiplied, so I have to divide. So we're dividing by negative 3/5 on both sides. That cancels out. R, now remember, I'm dividing by a negative, so I have to flip the symbol. Since it says greater than, I have to change it to less than or equal to, right? It was greater than or equal to, now it's going to be less than or equal to. And then notice that we have a negative 12 divided by a negative 3/5. Well, negative divided by negative is positive, so you see how the sign is going to change. And now I have to do the keep change flip, right? Or you can call it multiply by the reciprocal. So we have 12, well, let's call it 12 over 1, times the reciprocal, right, or the flip, 5 over 3. And remember, I took away the negatives because I already know the answer is going to be positive, because it's negative times negative. Alright, so now I can look out for cross cancel. Oh, I have it. 12 divided by 3, that works, right? 3 goes into both of them. So we have 4 times 5, so r is less than or equal to 4 times 5, which is 20. So then I put that on the number line, and we've got a 0, we've got a 20. We go to the 20, we put a solid circle, right? Because it's equal to, then it said less than, and so I go to the left. R is less than or equal to 20 literally means the answer could be 20 or any number less than 20. Alright, that's it for today's lesson. Thank you so much for watching.
Great job on finishing today's video. Thank you so much for watching. Please don't forget to like and subscribe, tell your friends and family. And if you want to dive deeper into chapter test work, you can check out my Skool platform, skool.com. The link will be in the bio below. And if you want more information on one-on-one tutoring, you can check out my website, rgtutors.com. Thank you again, and I'll see you on the next video. Bye-bye for now.